Hello, in this lecture we are going to learn about loops, right? And specifically while loops. Ooh, mysterious, cool. Alright, so let's get started, alright? We're gonna, of course, not begin with a capital I. Alright, so this is our basic program, right? This is our starting point, our anchor, alright? So now let's tell you what a while loop is, right? So we're gonna write while. See how it highlights in blue? This is a keyword, which means you cannot declare a variable called wild or while or something of the sort. All right, similar to an if statement, we're gonna have two parentheses. All right, and let's do, for example, let's declare variable x equals 0. Okay. Now let's do x is less than num. Okay, we're gonna have another variable called num. So we're gonna have the user ask the user to type in a number, enter a number, okay? And we'll store it in the variable called num, all right? So let's make a comment, which is always useful to make comments. So just in case you forget what your code does, you read your comments, makes a lot more sense, all right? So what does this code do? Asks the user to enter a number, and the user will enter it. Okay. Right. Now, this loop is similar to reading English. To be honest, if you know English, you pretty much know programming, alright? While x is less than num, so let's say user types in 5, alright? While x is less than 5, it's gonna do whatever is in this code right here, okay? So let's try it out. Cout num, or let's do x. This sign means less than or equal to. So if x is less than num, it will do this, whatever's in this block. And if x is equal to num, it will still continue doing whatever's in this block, right? So let's give it a try, but we cannot do it just yet. Why? Well, because if we run the code right now, it's gonna give us a big problem. It might even crash the browser, right? So what we want to do is x, we want to increment it, x plus plus. All right, now let's run our code and see what happens. Wow, okay. Enter a number, enter 6, all right? And what happens? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's our output. So that's what a while loop does. It's pretty much able to repeat code multiple times. What it did was repeat this code multiple times until the condition was met and it stopped. So loops are probably one of the most used, probably second used thing in programming. So important to be able to recognize when to use loops and just learn the basics of how to use them properly. Alright, but this is a very basic loop. Alright. Um and alright, let's write some comments so we understand what this code does, alright? So while x is less than, while x is less than or equal to user's number, it's gonna display the value of x and increment x. Now, what would happen if we did not have this incrementer here, this x plus plus, which means x plus 1 pretty much, right? It pretty much means this, but we can't do that, so we use plus plus. What would happen if we didn't have this here? Well, let's go back to our while loop. If x, which is 0, right? X equals 0, and let's say user types in 5, okay? While x is less than 5, it will just keep displaying 5 or 0, 0, 0, 0, because x equals 0 and it doesn't equal anything else. So long story short, that's why you always need an incrementer, especially in a while loop. Personally, I do not use the while loop that often, but in the next lecture, we will learn how to use loops a little bit more, variety of them, differences, and yeah, I'll see you in the next lecture.